can't imagine doing anything other than this. And I do love it. My kids love growing up out here, and I don't know anything different.
My brother he's older than I am. He started with my dad partners, and then later on I started a small partner with them. And then a neighbor right across the road, he wanted to sell his place, and he wanted my brother and I to buy it. And that's how that started. And now it's up to like 4 or 5 dairies that these kids have, 4 of them. My brother and I still got our first one. And we're thinking about now how to get out from underneath this and let these guys have it.
We work together as one big unit. We have several different partnerships, you know, but it's all really for one, you know.
It's all family.
Yeah. Pretty much my dad and my uncle, when we came into it, they were already doing everything that they could do themselves, possibly from planting to harvest and everything in between. And we still do the same things. My dad taught all of us a great work ethic. I mean, we give 110%, and if we don't, we'd hear it from them. That and we hope that our guys are the same way for the most part, all of our employees, and then my kids, hopefully I'm teaching them, you know, hopefully I'm teaching them.
located in the center of the Central Valley, San Joaquin Valley in California, the most productive agricultural area in the world. They grow 310 commercial crops in our county or in the valley here, and on our farm we grow purebred registered dairy cattle, produce milk, produce feed for the cows, corn and silage and winter forage. But we also have wine grapes and almonds and a small plot of olives for olive oil. There's multiple Californias from the coastal area to the mountains to the deserts. And my grandfather came out in the late 20s, kind of a dust bowl, and bought his first property in the late 30s. And he was always a cotton farmer. My grandmother loved cows. And that love for cows translated to my father. Back in 1980, we bought this farm here because we had the next generation come from college who wanted to make a home for all the family members if they wanted to work. To make it cash flow, we sized a dairy to fit it. End up having capacity of over 3,000 cows, and that's where we're at today. Tell you what, there's nothing like showing cattle and taking a little extra interest in breeding better cattle than having registered Holsteins. We're classifying this week. We classify 3 times a year on their limited program, which means you're doing every first lactation cow.
691.
Basically what you're doing is you're doing a linear breakdown of different parts of the cows. We can compare with cows not just across the United States but around the world and help establishing values, help establishing priorities. That we can individually look at the cows with their pedigrees and do a true evaluation of what they bring to not just our herd but to the industry. Whether it's selling breeding bulls to neighboring dairymen in California, to selling embryos to export and domestic, from 1,500 to 3,000 embryos a year, to selling semen from our elite cow families that we also genomically test from those bulls. Genomics have added to the great job that Holstein has done in their type evaluation, but what it really has done is really focused on the health traits, breeding efficiency, productive life, somatic cell count, and the more animals they test, the more accurate it is, and it's really getting us to the full concept of an efficient, productive, sustainable cow. The eternal optimists that dairymen are, purebred people are even more so, because they look at a unit of semen and visualize what a mating with that semen with that cow will give you 3 and 4 years down the line. But if you look at the last 70 years on efficiency, our genetics promoted by the Holstein industry have increased our efficiency by 70%. Whether it's milk production or whether it's better use of resources, better cow comfort, better for the communities, it's all been led by the genetic efforts by the Holstein Association. Registered Holstein secures my future mainly because my future is in my kids and my grandkids. We have a tremendous asset in the genetics. There's a demand around the world. Anywhere where they're importing dairy products, they want to also have a certain amount of their own industry. And if they want the best quality dairy products, they come to the United States. If they want the best genetics, same place.
Não deixe que o tempo apague as suas memórias e recordações. Contacte Vídeo Digital Faria, captação e edição em vídeo, conversão de formatos de vídeo de VHS para DVD e áudio de cassete e vinil para CD. Vídeo Digital Faria, empresa de audiovisual especializada na cobertura de eventos em suporte digital, casamentos, batizados, aniversários, imagens de drone e outros momentos especiais. Vídeo Digital Faria, telemóvel 965-832373. Açores Grupo Central. Vídeo Digital Faria, disponibilidade, qualidade e profissionalismo.